If washing your hair felt like a huge task, especially in a protective hairstyle, this is a video you do not want to skip. I'll be sharing a full breakdown on how I can keep my hair clean in a protective hairstyle, and I'll be showing you my full routine. So stick around and let's get straight into it. I was honestly due for a refresh, and depending on what protective hairstyle you have on, try and make sure that it fits what you have on your head. For me, it's actually refreshing my locks, and they're tangled, they're a mess. My scalp is screaming for a detox. My scalp was so dry, so because of my scalp being dry, I'm going to focus mainly on my scalp and do a moisture focused wash day routine. So with that, there is no clarifying shampoo. I'm going to be using my Cream of Nature Argan Oil shampoo. It's a moisturizing shampoo, doesn't contain sulfate, and yes, we are going to be deep conditioning in a protective hairstyle. I'll show you how you can do that, but we're deep conditioning also, and this is the combo I'm using for my routine. So we're straight into the shower, and we can finally start with washing our hair. The first step I usually go with is actually just running the water through my hair. When it comes to having a protective hairstyle, usually your ends are tucked in, and the only way you can access your hair or do anything to your hair is usually just your scalp. So make sure that you run the water through your scalp, and it's very important that your scalp is clean and creating a good environment for hair growth, because if your scalp is dry, dirty, you can limit your hair growth and also cause excessive shedding. So that's why it's very important. So I'm just going to run the water through my hair and make sure that I get every single area of my hair before I can go in with my shampoo. So I'm going in with my shampoo. Like I mentioned, I'm using the Cream of Nature Argan Oil shampoo. The reason why I love this so much is because it's a moisturizing shampoo, and I have high porosity hair, so my hair tends to get dry a lot faster. Using clarifying shampoo on my hair causes my hair to get dry very quickly, and also when your hair is dry, it can easily break. So I do not want my hair to be dry, so I like to focus more on moisturizing products, and I will always recommend this Cream of Nature Argan Oil shampoo. This is what I've been using for such a long time. When it comes to washing your hair in a protective hair, when you have extensions in your hair, I will always say focus on your scalp, because that's the place where you have access to. If you want to wash the whole extensions, trust me, your shampoo is going to finish. Like, let's be real, it's going to finish. So the only place or the only access you have is on your scalp, and it's also very important. Like, creating a good environment for hair growth is very important. Making sure that your scalp is clean, healthy, is what you can do for your hair in a protective hairstyle. And trust me, the shampoo is going to also run through the length of your hair and get any excess oils or any excess product buildup along the way. But just focus mainly on your scalp. Make sure that you scrub every single area that you have access to, and just make sure that it's clean. Trust me, you'll know when your hair is clean, and when it's clean, just go ahead and rinse out all that shampoo, and we can move straight into the deep conditioning process. I'm sure you're thinking, like, how am I going to deep condition with these full extensions in my hair? But one thing I would never ever skip in my routine is deep conditioning, and having extensions in my hair is not going to stop me from doing that. Deep conditioning has benefited my hair so much. It has helped my hair strands to be stronger, healthy, and also helps with moisture. So why am I going to stop it? What I'm going to do is focus on my scalp and a little bit on the length of my hair. With this protective hairstyle, it's a unique one, so my natural hair is actually out, so I can actually get some product in my natural hair, which you can see I'm doing. I'm running it through a little bit of the length of my hair, what product I have left of my hair. And when it comes to deep conditioning with these extensions in my hair, one thing I did not do was use my steam cap, simply because the extensions are too big to fit into my cap, and it's not going to work well. So what I did was just to wrap my hair in two buns, then went ahead to put a plastic bag on my hair. Then let that sit in for 20 to 30 minutes. If I was the steam cap, it would take like 5 to 10 minutes, but because I'm not using one, it took longer. So that's another disadvantage to having these big extensions in my hair. But after that, I'm just simply going to rinse it off. When it comes to deep conditioning, make sure that you rinse the product off your scalp because you do not want to start developing product buildup and clog up your pores. So we're washing our hair, so make sure that you actually rinse it out. You do not have to wash it out with deep conditioning, you simply just rinse it out, and when you're done, you can go ahead to dry your hair. I use a t-shirt to dry my hair. The reason why I do that is because towels are too harsh on my hair and can cause my hair to tangle up. When it comes to using a t-shirt, it makes your drying process so simple. And one thing about these extensions, it's very, very lightweight, so it doesn't hold water. Like water simply just runs through the hair. So my drying process was very easy. I didn't have to use a hair dryer. I simply just put on the shirt and I was good to go. So that's one thing I love about it. But very simple routine, like washing, deep conditioning. That's how I wash and deep condition my hair in a protective hairstyle with kinky extensions. So this is your template. So we're going to move over to my moisture lock, how I lock in my moisture. What we're going to move into is how I lock in my moisture, which is also very, very important for your moisture retention and the health of your hair in a protective hairstyle. If your hair is constantly breaking, do not skip this next step. It will definitely help with that. As you can tell, my hair needs a refresh. I need to refresh my kinky extensions because they are so tangled up, and my routine is also going to be focused on that. So my scalp is clean, my scalp is not as itchy as it was before, it's not dry, which I love so much. Like this routine will have your scalp looking fresh, clean, and ready to take in the next product you're putting in so that they can work. Like if your hair is dirty and you're putting in product, it's not going to be working. So make sure that you have a weekly routine you're doing to your hair, and washing your hair twice in a month is very important. So for the next step, you're going to need a spray bottle with water, then follow in with your leave-in conditioner. Then the next thing is your oil, and the last thing you're going to use is oil sheen to help with your locks. So yeah, let's get straight into that. So the reason why I'm actually using my leave-in conditioner this way is because I have extensions in, and my leave-in conditioner is a thick one. So if I apply it directly to my hair or to the extensions, I'm simply going to be wasting the product because it's not going to be evenly distributed in my hair because of the type of protective hairstyle I have on. So because of that, I'm going to use a spray bottle and dilute my leave-in conditioner. One thing about products or the type of conditioner I use for my hair, because I have high porosity hair, I use thick products that can weigh down on my cuticles and keep my moisture longer. And with this type of protective hairstyle, you want to do the opposite. You want to distribute the leave-in conditioner, and having spray bottle and using a spray bottle rather would help you have more control on where your conditioner is going and making sure that it's focused on your ends. Like when it comes to moisture, focus on your ends, guys. They are the oldest part of your hair, and that's the best length retention tip you can ever get. If you want to retain more length, focus on your ends, because if they dry up, you can develop split ends, and that's what I was totally doing with my spray bottle. I was focusing on my ends. So after I'm done making sure that I get each section, also work in section, it helps a lot. I'm going to go ahead to actually define my locks and remove any form of tangles. So I'm just going to run through everything and make sure that I go in with scissors where I need to be, and also doing this method, like making sure the locks are in place, like doing this ruching method. Yeah, fluffing it out. I made sure to do that with every hair strand. It might seem like a lot, but just have a good show on and repeat the process throughout, and before you know it, you're done. So it's not something that takes up time, but you just have to do it so that your hair can look refreshed. So now we are done. You can definitely see the difference. The hair is more flowy, it's not tangled as it was before. And next step is my oil. When it comes to this particular step, I'm doing the LOC method, which is my leave-in conditioner, my oil, and not my cream. Like, why did I say LOC? I'm used to saying LOC method, but I did not use my cream in this method. So I'm using my oil to lock in the moisture into my hair. It's a very lightweight oil, so I can apply it on my scalp and the length of my hair also. Like I took it individually to get my hair. The last and final step is my oil sheen. The reason why I'm using this is because it gives my hair a shine. The extensions can look dull, especially when it dries up. So this would help with the shine. That was a lot of fumes, but it will help to give your hair that shine without it feeling greasy or like feel like there's so much product in your hair. You would not feel that at all. My routine is different because of I have extensions, but if I did not have extensions, I'll be doing the LOC method, which is leave-in conditioner, oil, and a cream. For my cream, I use shea butter. So now we are done with this section. You can see how flowy it is. It looks nice, and you can see how the other section looks like. It's still tangled up. So we're going to fix that up, and when I'm done, we can come back. So you can see the difference. Yeah, let's fix that. So now we're done with this routine. It was such a good routine. I love this routine so much. When it comes to this particular protective hairstyle, I do not skip my routine. I have a video on my moisture routine we should definitely check out. But I will always say have a routine you're doing with your hair in a protective hairstyle, because it actually matters. If you want to see your hair not break and actually retaining more length, make sure that you're not skipping your routine, you're consistent with your wash day and moisture routine. You can definitely check out my moisture routine. And that is all for this one. I'll see you guys in my next one. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. And that is all. Love you guys. Catch you in my next one. Bye.